if you watched the last game, it was quite a back and forth game. MC was looking so good at one point with Storm, Archons, and a lot of Chargelets, and he engaged in the center, wasn't too decisive, and actually did not get a single Storm off, and Puma just plowed through that army and just walked into the main base, dropping mules on MC's main base, and that was GG. Now, these players have been through a lot to get to these finals of the NASL. If you have followed the NASL, you know that it is one of the longest tournaments ever. I was looking at the brackets, at the series, at the groups, and it was taking forever. These games are scattered. There are so many games in the NASL. It's not like it's the opposite of MLG where it's all condensed into a single weekend. This one is long and you have to grind it out. So these two players have done some miracles to actually get here. And this is the second game of the best of 7 series. And it is now currently 1-0 for Puma, so he did win that first game. This one is on Shattered Temple, the MLG version or the NASL version. I don't know if NASL actually has a version, but they do put down a supply depot on the low ground here just to prevent any kind of pylon wall off, but that is more for Zerg than anything else. This probe and unintentionally blocking the supply depot, and now the SCV is just chasing it away. So this probe does manage to walk in here and see that there is no gas, so small victory here by MC. Meanwhile, MC is getting a gas of his own before his gateway finishes, so look for once again that 3 gateway expo with a lot of sentries to keep him safe behind this. And this expansion is actually a lot easier to take and defend than the one on Metalopolis, since the one that we saw in the last game. MC on Metalopolis actually went for 5 Phoenixes, stopped producing them, and they gave him map control for so long. He was able to expand very safely and without any kind of harassment. Actually, Puma did something interesting last game. He actually threw down a factory in close to MC's base, floated it into MC's main base and produced a Hellion. Fortunately, that did not do any damage. Now throwing down a very fast command center, Puma is going to go for a very macro-oriented game. Meanwhile, MC is actually chrono boosting his Stalker as well as his Warp Gate tech. So we might be seeing some kind of aggressive play by MC. That SCV is finally out of the main base. Look for his tech choice as soon as his Stalker pops out, because that SCV will not be able to scout anything else. So MC should be throwing down his tech building right now. He has 100 gas and 400 minerals. He actually decides to expand behind this, cancels it. Maybe it wasn't well placed or something. But that SCV finally being chased away, this Stalker gonna walk up here and do the damage that he can. And these Stalkers, you can do this as a Protoss player because the Stalkers outrange and outwalk or outrun the Marines, so you can actually kite them forever and pick off Marines one by one with the great control that MC has. You can see he only takes a single shots at a time, and as long as he doesn't take any hull damage, he does not take any damage at all. You can see with perfect control, you can actually kite these Marines. MC taking only a few shots, getting on these Marines in the orange. So that is free damage, and free damage is always good damage. You want that. Target firing the weak Marines here. Great control by MC, only taking 17 hull damage. His expansion is almost done. And really, Puma, as soon as this orbital command is done, he will lift it up and throw it down immediately on the low ground, since he already has a bunker here ready to defend. And MC throwing down 2 more gateways, going to stay very sentry heavy. You can see that that gas is racking up, so expect a lot of sentries from MC. Actually losing the Stalker in the middle of the map, so little blunder here, and small victory by Puma. I do think he only lost about 3 Marines. Yeah, 3 Marines here. And really, that is a lot of resources lost by MC. That does count for the Nexus does count in this. You remember, MC actually cancelled the Nexus, so that is 400 for 1 unit, plus that Stalker 125 for a second unit, and it is 125 for 150 resources lost, so quite even here. But that Stalker should have done more damage than that. Now Puma is actually going to walk out in the center of the map with with a small army, and Stim is started, and I think he's gonna push in as soon as Stim is done, because really there's not much to defend here besides a few sentries and a couple of zealots. This Stalker is once again gonna take a lot of damage, and Concussive Shell is not done, so that Stalker does manage to walk away with only 16 hit points left. A starport actually going up for Puma as well as a reactor, so look for these two to actually swap out and produce double medevacs as soon as this factory is done. Another reactor going up on the barracks, so it will be very marine heavy along with a few marauders and medevac support, and look for a timing push. At this point, Stim will be done with the first two medevacs, and this will be a very, very strong push from Puma. And I don't know if MC will be ready for this. He is now getting his second base forge already up and gonna start those upgrades soon enough. But MC is gearing up for a very late game, and this push is gonna come a lot faster than he expects. Phoenix is once again going out for MC, but this isn't gonna be as effective as he wants to. A turret is being thrown down at the front of Puma's base. Safe build here by Puma, since he did not scout MC. He does not know if there are DTs coming. This factory will once again float up here just to scout, see what's happening. Only 3 warp gates up for MC, so he won't be able to keep up with Puma's production. 2 medevacs now on the field, gonna start this huge drop into MC's base, and if MC isn't careful, he might lose this starport and this pylon. These Phoenixes do spot it, but the Marines are dropped inside, and it is too late. This is gonna do huge damage. The Stim is done for Puma, and really this is gonna do huge damage, losing 1 Phoenix here. The Zealots are coming up, and not the best control by Puma. He is actually cornering himself. The sentries are throwing down force fields, forcing these units to actually be cornered here with the Zealots. So actually nice control by MC, cornering all those units, losing 1 medevac full of units, and really this didn't do the damage that it should have done. I do think that Puma lost a bit more in that engagement. There it goes. Actually, with 400 more, he actually got a bit more out of that exchange that MC did, so he is still ahead. And supply-wise, MC is ahead, but he has no tech at this point. He is throwing down a lot more gateways. His +1 is almost done, getting chrono boosted out, as well as his Twilight Council, and really, I think that Puma's window of opportunity here just closed. That push could have done a lot more damage. I think he intended to do more damage with that push. A few Marines will be able to actually deny, might not be able to deny. These Phoenixes lifting up all the Marines, gonna lose a medevac if he's not careful, and these Phoenixes are actually doing a lot of damage, a lot more than you would expect from 4 Phoenixes. Because these Marines are so easy to produce, there should be so many of them, but really not many units on the field for Puma at this point. This factory just chilling up here, not doing much, and MC now gearing up to get the gold base, and if base does go up, he will be once again in great position for the mid game. He does have that +1 attack advantage. He has a second base that's been mining for a while. He has a slight harvester edge. Unfortunately, these mules are going to put Puma in the lead on the harvester count, but on the income tab, 6 Phoenixes going to be able to gain map control, and until these ghosts are out, I mean, Puma can't move out anymore. There are a few Marines everywhere to just harass this second base, but they won't do much because there are a lot of Zealots on the Zealot legs once again being researched by MC, so he is going for the exact same build as the last game. He is getting legs instead of blink. This medevac will actually be intercepted and losing even more units. Puma is not looking in a good position at this point. Nice drop though in the main base, going to be able to pick off a lot of these probes as well as uncharge the forge, preventing possibly weapons from actually finishing. It is ground weapons level 1. I thought that was done a long time ago. I guess MC decided to get shield level 1 instead, or armor level 1. Yes, he did. because those Zealots are actually so much more beefy when you get armor. Nice force field is going to trap these remaining units in the back of the main base. And only 7 workers killed by this drop. Once again, these drops are annoying, but they aren't as effective as they should be. Now Storm is researching, 3 Archons are warping in, 129 to 111 supply. MC's gold base is about to finish. Meanwhile, Puma is just now destroying the destructible rock. His 3rd base is done, but he will have to wait for these drops. And these 2 bases will be up at the same time, basically. And really, MC has a huge lead at this point. It will once again come down to all these EMPs. If MC can actually throw down some decent storms this game, he will be able to whittle down these marine numbers, as well as just get them all in their orange, ready for these Zealots to do their thing. And a lot more Zealots warping in. That is so many Zealots. That is 29 Zealots. They have to be in front, and MC has to be decisive about this engagement. Nice EMPs on all the sentries and the Zealots, but again, that is so many Zealots, and MC with charge is going to be able to chase this away. I don't know if he should actually. That is one huge fireball. There is no storm for MC. So throwing away all these Zealots, once again, Puma is showing that he has great control against these Zealots. And this is basically the same thing that happened in the last game. MC not getting the good engagement, not being able to storm, and he GG's once again. So this is going to be game 3 of this best of 7 series, so tune in, guys.